in the garden here at St. Anne's Orphanage and just having a look around at some of the diversity. This is some melons that they're growing, and we're suffering from a disease here. We have some sort of a fungus infecting the squash or the melons that are being grown here. They're growing banana plants here, and the cool story about the bananas is they're putting manure at the base of the bananas, so they've got cattle manure that they're using. Interspersed is potatoes, and down along this fence line here, planted in the ground, you can see that there's papaya planted in the ground here, so that eventually should become a row of papaya trees here, and that's kind of cool. In the garden, we've got beans that have been seeded. This is on corn stubble, so that's coming off. Here is the pile of manure that they're using to spread on this one, on the garden. What was this, Joseph? What was this plant again here?
Sweet potato.
Sweet potatoes is down over here, and this tree?
This is an eggplant.
Eggplant tree. There's fruits right down there. You can see that. This is Joseph from Alberta Agriculture, and he's here in Kenya. We ran across each other. It's kind of amazing. And we're here with some cabbage, of course. The beans look good. One of the questions we have is the plan of the garden. Is it, you know, if it should be more regimented? It seems to be all kind of interspersed, but growing nonetheless. We have a lot of potatoes been planted in here.
This is pigeon peas.
Pigeon peas, yeah, and we're having a problem with pigeon peas. These pigeon peas here are all empty pod.
Yeah, are the insects.
And they're not filled adequately.
Rob, so they are insects if you can get at.
Oh, is that what we're seeing here?
Yeah.
Let's see, where's they? Oh, look at the insects. Wow. Lots of insects. That's probably what's eating the pods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see.
Yeah, that's a problem. Where things grow, you'll find weeds and insects and diseases. We're at Ringa School, and one of the things I'm looking at is the again, the preparation of the ground. And basically we just have sod here that's kind of just been physically dug up, and beans have been planted in here. But if we could get this thing so it's more broken down, I guess it'll happen over time, but the more we could speed it up, the quicker we could get a good seed bed here. Today we're at Irban Primary School, and I'm out here in the garden with Fred. What's going on in the corner here is the repair of the fence that was damaged by the elephants that came in here and tore up the garden, except for the peppers, which they didn't like. So this is Fred. Fred is this teacher here, and he's involved in agriculture and science, and he's kind of looking after the garden. So Fred, tell us a little bit about the challenges of the garden.
Exactly. We have a garden here. As you can see the picture on the garden. The major problem which we experience in the garden is elephant destroying the farm. That's a big challenge because you can see that elephant is a huge animal.
Yes.
If it comes, it just destroys the post and fell down the post of the farm.
Yes.
That's the major big challenge. We also have a challenge of the dry spell, especially during the dry season. We lack water because we only depend on a seasonal stream. When it dries up, the stream also dries up. So
that pipe is coming down from a generator down at the stream, right?
Down the stream.
But that only works in the wet season.
During the wet season, because that is when we are going to have water in the stream. Also, we don't have the exact pH of the soil, so we only try to plant things on the issue of trial and error. If it doesn't do well, then we leave out that particular.
So this is acidic soil. You said we don't have a soil test.
Yeah, we don't have
but
a soil
cabbages
test.
don't grow here.
Cabbages don't do well because the soil is too acidic. When planting, we must first of all make a seed bed. That's a nursery bed for the seedling. Is when we transplant it. So if we could have we are planning together here that at least we can have a better program to extend the farm and make sure that the farm is fenced well so that we can control the issue of elephant problem.
Yeah.
Together with detecting the pH so that we can grow the necessary crops which can do better.
And our objective is to feed those kids that are over there, right?
The objective is to feed the kids and the farm in 3 years' time to generate money purposely for the school to help even the teachers.
Right on.
Yeah.
That's a good objective, Fred. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
These cattle are the wealth of the Maasai, and right now we're in the dry season here. One of the problems we're facing here is the Maasai don't migrate as much as they used to, and so consequently overgrazing is a real problem, and you can see that everywhere here where the landscape has been grazed right down to nothing. We're just crossing a water barrier here, and on the other side you can see the landscape is just bare bones. We're just getting into the short rainy season here, which will improve the pasture, but they've got a serious long-term issue here with overgrazing. Good morning, it's Halloween morning, 31st of October, and we're in the Masai Mara, and as you can see behind me, they are inflating the balloon that we are going to take over the Masai Mara. It's going to be a great day, a chance to see the wildebeest and the zebra, and hopefully a leopard, because I haven't seen a leopard yet. We're going to see that from the air. Pretty cool. So keep tuned. It's going to be a great morning. No better way to celebrate breakfast in the Masai Mara than some champagne with the wildebeest and the zebra in the background. Oh! Here we are having breakfast in the middle of the Masai Mara, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we are.
5-star breakfast, yes?
Yes.
And look at this. We have champagne and we have omelets and
gin and tonic.
Gin and tonic. And we have some
Wildebeest.
we have some things we can buy. And off in the horizon there, oh, wait it, there's a bunch of wildebeest going past our breakfast table. Yes. So such is rough life in the Masai Mara. Well, that wraps up another edition of AgriTreks from Kenya. We've seen a lot of stuff here as we've traveled through the country. It's a country of contrast. There are large commercial operations. Kenya is the #1 exporter of cut flowers in the world and the second largest exporter of tea in the world. And then you have subsistence farming, and then of course that's all juxtapositioned against grazing in the Masai Mara, with the tribes grazing their cattle, and that competing against the wild animals that you see moving in the background. Anyways, Rob here with another edition of AgriTreks. I hope you enjoyed it. Lots to see here in Kenya. The people are great. Hospitality was fantastic. Come if you can. You'll enjoy yourself immensely.
Welcome. Hello, yeah.